What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of Papa G's House. It's been a little over a year. It's great to be back, but once again, I brought back the person who helped me a lot during the pandemic, keep the show going, and then all of a sudden we stopped.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III, aka the Hulk, as we will discuss a little bit later. Welcome back to the show, my man. It's been a long time. The last time I recorded a show, I think it was with the Alpha Sequence in July of 2022. So we're sitting in October of 2023. So it's been well over a year. What's happening?
Too much shit, man. Lost a lot of weight. People thinking I've got cancer or I'm sick or something. But I just stopped having bags of chips. I just stopped having bags of chips all the time.
What, like crisps, like Lay's and shit?
Like Lay's, Doritos, all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lately they've got those pick and pay specials where you get 3 packs for $42. So it's like it works out to like $14.
No, I can't do that anymore. I mean, like
Mexican chili, bro.
Yeah,
Mexican chili.
I still have some chips when you have like deadbeats rehearsals, like on a weekend, and we just have like snacks between jams. But I don't buy chips, and just from that, I've lost all this weight.
Jeez, crazy, dude. But you're looking good though.
I think I'm away now about 60.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I mean, like I said, you're looking good. You got a healthy glow about you. It's been a while. You know what? Actually, the last time I saw you, remember when I was sneakily grabbing a hangover Burger King? And I was like, Arthur!
At the spa down the road. Yeah.
And there's something about that, what's that, Burger King mayo. It's unbelievable. Have you ever had it before?
I like Burger King. I'm not a mayo fan, but to be honest, I haven't really noticed the mayo, so it's not that offensive to me.
Okay. So
I can't really comment.
It's thick. It's creamy. It's eggy. It's got everything that you need in a mayo.
But what do you normally have then with mayo on? Do you ask for it or what?
No. They've got the little sachets.
Oh, those sachets. I can't stand those sachets.
I mean, you only get a little bit, so it's moderation.
Every time I also stopped ordering Uber Eats because it's just
even me.
Ridiculous.
I've also done that. Sorry, you've lost your. So
it's like every time I order, I go like, I want a sachet, a little tub of barbecue sauce, and they always just send mayonnaise. But the reason why I stopped doing Uber Eats was last time I ordered from Burger King, they left out what I wanted, but they brought what Anna and Caro wanted. And then, and when they did that before, I went through the refund thing and they refunded the full amount.
Yeah.
But my order was like $96. They only refunded me $40. And then I was going back and forth, like, how is this right? And they go, oh, that's the price. So I went like, fuck it, I'm not using you guys anymore.
Yeah, I've had a few issues like that. Like I'm a Thai guy. Like I love my Thai food. So I'll order from a bunch of Thai food places, from around the area. And one day you'll get a beautifully hot soup and the broth looks great and you got all the veggies and all that kind of jazz. And then the next week you're going to get a half portion, no veggies or no noodles or whatever the case may be. And you're like, what, dude? What? Like, also these things are like this big. So, which means, I mean, you don't get a Thai soup for less than like $120.
Yeah.
And then you're basically paying for like a teacup's worth of soup.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided to stop the Uber Eats thing. But also, don't you think it's kind of killed the eating out experience? Just being able to get the stuff at a drop of a hat?
Of course it has. And it's also made it more expensive to not eat out. Because I mean, now, if I want to go order something, we find a place that is close to us and I go there and buy it and bring it home instead of ordering it. It's like, my favorite thing from Nando's is the Grand Hot Pot, which is the best thing
dude,
ever.
What's the Grand Hot Pot? Because the Hot Pot's like $50 and it's delicious.
The Grand Hot Pot is like the hot pot, but
pulled
you get like a
with
quarter,
the rice.
Yeah, and you get a quarter chicken with it.
Okay.
And if you go to Nando's, it's
pretty
like $90.
Well.
Yeah. If you go to Nando's itself, it's $90. On Uber Eats, it's $120.
Sure.
And then you still pay the delivery charge, and you still pay a tip. So like I just go there, and it's like cheaper just to go pick it up yourself. So fuck Uber Eats, man.
Yeah, dude, I agree because also like sometimes, I mean, I'm not that type of person that'll try and like get a refund because I didn't like the taste of it.
No,
but like if it's legit, they were like, oh, your complaint or query does not warrant a refund or whatever. Like those are the most egregious ones. You're like, what?
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
I don't bother with it anymore. It's too expensive.
Well, tell me your tricks, dude, because I mean, I don't really eat that many chips. I suppose it's the beer. That's the problem for me.
It could be the beer as well, because I don't really have that much beer anymore.
I'm trying to, low carb it.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just cutting sugar as much as you can, and just not having as much like empty carbs as like bags of chips.
Yeah, for sure.
And since I stopped having, because that was the predominant thing I did, I stopped having just bags, because I would sit there with a big bag of Lay's or something, and
would you smash the whole thing?
I'd smash the whole thing.
Dang. But you see, what I do is if I get like a pack of lightly salted Lay's is the only way to go for me.
Okay.
And I'll make my own tzatziki. So before I like even
so
open,
you with a dip vibe.
No. But I don't get like bought dips and stuff. There's only one kind of dip I like. I take Bulgarian yogurt. I'll shred or grate cucumber into it. Add a pinch of garlic, salt, pepper. We're good.
No, I just smash the whole bag on its own with chopsticks.
Dry with chopsticks.
Yeah, because then you don't get chip stuff all over your fingers. And I know people go, oh, it's like this, but then you got to like wipe it on something. You got to do the remote.
You're eating
your mom
chips,
calls you. And
bags of chips.
Yeah, you have the bag open and you got the chopsticks and you just fucking munching like this.
Okay, that is an absolute first.
It's rad. And then when you get to the end and you got a little bit of chips
not
left,
even
you
like
crush it in the bag and you pour it in your mouth.
So you're not even like joking. You actually have chopsticks.
I have got my own set of chopsticks, which look like matchsticks. It's got like red bit of the plastic ones. So let's sit there and chow like
little
that.
Drumsticks.
I've got drumstick pencils, but I don't have drumstick chopsticks.
God, that's hilarious.
But yeah, just cutting out chips for me has cut out a lot of. But that was pretty much the only thing that was really bad with is just having bags of chips. And like I've gone from like with my belt going from like the second hole to the very last one, and like my pants are 34. I need to go down to 32.
You're making me feel bad, dude. Like, why do you want to do this on the first episode back? And
I'm just saying. You asked me what happened last year. This is
what happened. You just disappeared.
I disappeared. I look anemic, but it's fine.
No, but it's good. You're looking healthy. So
but the power is still there.
Yeah, but it's also because wouldn't you not boil it down to that you're doing a lot of drumming? You're playing a lot of gigs, dude.
Yeah.
And you're being quite active.
Yeah, but I don't know if that is enough to lose that much weight.
Do you think so?
No,
practicing and all that shit.
Drumming's
cardio.
Yeah, but it's not like running a marathon.
Yeah.
Or running every day for like 5 or 10 kilometers. It's like bursts of stuff.
Don't you lose muscle running marathons?
You would lose muscle when your body runs out of fat to burn off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, enough of that shit.
Yeah.
We've played a few gigs this year. Obviously, we 1/2, or we are 2/4. Of Il System. We've had quite a bunch of cool experiences this year. You didn't go to Metal4Africa, did you?
I did not go to Metal4Africa.
Okay, well, I went.
I think I had something else at Metal4Africa.
Yeah, because I mean, I wanted to just go back in time. Maybe let's not start with Metal4Africa because that was in July. What are the shows we've played this year? We played with the Narrow earlier on.
Yeah, we played
another few gigs before that. Any standout moments? I'm just trying to think myself.
Well, like, how many times have we played at the name escapes me now.
Daisy Jones?
Daisy Jones. We played there twice, haven't we? Or played there once?
Twice?
I think we played there twice.
I don't know. I can't remember.
The first time we played at Daisy Jones
was raining hard.
Yeah, that was quite a cool show.
Yes, we have played there twice.
Yeah.
We have played there twice. The second time we played with Bullet Script and the KZN Metal Tour.
Yes.
And then the first time we played
with King Kind and those guys.
Yes, and Set for the Sky and all those guys.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Those shows were surprising.
Amazing.
We got a really
actually.
good response from there. I was quite pleased by that. But also the Ant Class show that we played was also quite surprising.
Oh, with all those Darkfest riders and stuff.
Yes, and Sean getting a concussion from stage diving.
Oh shit! Yeah,
him.
let's actually cover that. But also, this is another thing. I'm so grateful to be talking about stuff like this, because essentially, you know, when everything kicked back into gear, everything was like a slow progression and
very slow.
You know, at the time it was like, well, there's not really much all that to cover.
No.
And now all of a sudden it's bloody pumping. This from the beginning of this year. But what was that? The first show we played this year?
What, at Enclass?
The Enclass show with the Darkfest folks.
I don't think so. We played at. Did we play the Armchair before that or after?
Yeah, we didn't we play Trench Town first?
We did play at Trench Town. Yeah, man, it's been a long year.
We should really try and keep tabs on the shows.
We should.
Play.
I mean, like keep a flyer from each show or something. But no one prints.
Well, anyway, I mean, the Armchair show was great. I remember that because it was a full-on buzz, and it's easy to have a great show there because just like the atmosphere there is rad.
I must tell you something. Like we'll get into the Metallica show later.
Okay, yeah.
But after the Metallica show, I was chatting to Mike, and he said some chick came up to him, and was like, "Don't I know your face from somewhere?"
Yeah.
And then he goes like, "Yeah, I play in another band. You probably see me." She goes like, "What band?" And he goes like, "Ill System." She goes like, "Oh my God, yes, I saw you guys here and at RAMfest. You guys were sick, so individual, right? What's so unique?"
Oh, so we get that a lot, eh?
Yeah, we
get that all the time
because we are.
Yeah,
I mean,
I suppose.
That's something that I've been constantly bringing up, that because we are so unique in the sound that we have in the scene and stuff, we can't lose that by straying too far to the norm kind of stuff, you know.
I agree with you, but
it's something that's quite special, even if you like it or don't like it, but you can't argue that it's not.
No, I agree with you. It's I think we've got two individuals in the band that won't even let that happen, and that's you and Sean.
Yes.
So, you know, myself and Mike are like, hey, bro, let's play it.
Well, you know, once you got an identity that's working for you, and a lot of bands struggle to get an identity because, I mean, I've been in this, you've been in this, you're in a band and you want to do some cool stuff and you want to emulate stuff that you like, but then you're not really bringing much to the table.
Right.
And even though we are not from Jamaica, but we bring in like some reggae stuff and some African stuff. There's very few acts that I've seen that have done something like that, but I think we've integrated into the sound quite well, that it works and it makes like an interesting sound that I don't think anyone else can do as well as we do.
Yeah, also
and that's mostly because of Sean. But
no, 100%. But I also think over time with Sean and everybody is that we've managed to evolve the sound. We started to introduce the electronic elements.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you've got 14,000 controls at the back with you.
Yeah. I must tell you, my hand is still sore.
Is it?
Yeah. I think I definitely heard something in my hand.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man.
Do you want to tell them what I did?
Well, okay, well, let's go while we're on it. Yeah, okay, so basically we were RAMfest, which we'll cover later. Like I thought we were going to, we could have covered this a bit later, but we will now.
Yes.
So RAMfest, we're preparing. Sean gets a beautiful gift from his wife in the form of an SPDX. And so now we're all of a sudden deciding, you know, we're going to, because Sean has already got an MPX sample pad
bongos
attached to his bongos. But now that we've got an SPDX, we can split the responsibilities and he can do only the stuff that he wants to do live, and Art can control everything from the back. Oh, shit. We did so well the first session.
Yeah, it went quite well.
And everything was smooth. The transitions were great. But then the session before RAMfest, the last one, just things weren't clicking. Your kick drum kept on moving. And I think we all were kind of like, it was a busy week. We'd already practiced once that week.
Yeah.
The second was kind of like just to try and get the samples and all that kind of shit working, and then it all culminated to like you weren't the only person in kind of like a mood. You know, I rocked up. I was tired at the same time,
and it was also like
went,
that added like a little bit of pressure to get things right before the show.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean, because you're a perfectionist, you want it to be 100% right. The last thing you want to do is especially on a stage that size,
in front of that many people.
You will get to the double samples eventually, but it's extremely important to get those cues, get it right on time, because you also got a click. So you've got a click, you've now got an SPDX, and then you've also got 2 separate pads.
Yeah.
For the 808 drop and
also kicking off some extra samples.
And you've got a foot switch.
Yeah.
So that if you fuck it up, you can switch it off immediately.
Yeah.
Anyway, our setup has gone wildly out of control.
Yeah, and Sean has more gear than the rest of us now.
I mean, dude, it's crazy. He's got 2 bongos, a djembe, an MPX, his guitar, his pedal.
Mm-hmm. And the SPDX.
And the SPDX. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's crazy.
So then what happened was at this rehearsal.
Yes, carry on.
Because the SPDX pads are fairly small and there's 6 of them plus 3 on the top. Then we were like, because they're quite small and I'm not used to it, I'm using my left hand, which is like, you know, my long-term cousin that I haven't seen in 7 years hand.
Yeah.
So you're playing and then you try and strike the right pad, but either you strike the wrong pad or you strike between 2 of them and nothing triggers for some reason. And then I kept doing that in the one song to head off like a loop. And then my kick drum was going forward. It's like fighting that and then playing back. And then it's like going forward and then hitting the wrong one. And then I ended up just losing my shit. I bashed my hi-hats with my hand. I bent the pole. I kicked the drums over. I just lost my shit and I walked out and everyone was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd never experienced that in my life before.
I haven't lost my temper like that.
But it's also cool. It's like we all kept it pretty tidy, and it ended up being quite a bit of a laugh later on in the evening when we had all calmed down and all that kind of stuff. But it was so hilarious. Like, you were so upset, and you legitimately flipped the drum kit.
You just flipped it over. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the rad thing is, even though that I lost my shit, no one made like a big deal of it.
No.
Everyone just carried on, and then I was setting back up, and they're going, "Okay, cool, you got everything ready."
We're going to George van der Speyer from Love Buzz Studios. Yeah. We're going, George, is it safe? He's like, give it 5 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that was cool.
Yeah,
that everyone was just like, okay, just let it simmer. You know, it's just whatever it is, and then off we went.
Yeah,
but like I've got an idea on how to mitigate a lot of those problems, because a lot of those samples that we do is not really dependent on us faffing or delaying. They come in at a certain point. So I can make those samples as a single track and then hit it off at the start of the song, and then it'll play through until we need it to play through.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
It's not dangerous.
It's dangerous.
It's not. We played exactly right every single time. I drive everything. I got the click. It's all fine.
Hey, man, I just play guitar. I'm happy.
Yeah, the only things that we have to have not any samples to is the parts where you come in and you lead, because you dictating the tempo, like in Sleep.
Yeah. Listen, let's not get into that.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff we have to make a workaround.
No, 100%.
But up to those points, we can definitely make another plan. You know,
yeah.
So.
No, I agree.
But yeah, that
moving swiftly on the guitar parts.
Yeah, but that was quite. I mean, it was just having to customize myself to tiny pads and remembering what pad is what sound and stuff like that.
No, I get you. But it was successful nonetheless. I mean, we'll get to the RAMfest show a little bit later. So we were we played a couple of shows at Armchair. Well, we played a show at Trenchtown, a show at Armchair, I think, in the beginning of the year, and then we played the Narrow show where they had completely changed the stage setup at Trenchtown. That was
interesting.
That was the best.
It was interesting
because also something major happened that shows where your kick pedal,
my
your
pedal
double bass pedal,
and my cymbal cracked. And my cymbal cracked.
Your cymbal cracked, and but you managed to find a part to fix your pedal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got those nylon straps, those Timer Flex Glide Iron Cobras, and the nylon strap on the primary pedal snapped like right in half. So I couldn't do anything about it. But luckily, Graham from Peasant who's my Lord and Savior now, he got his pedal and let me use it, and we finished the show. But like, I finished that song where the pedal broke with the left pedal, but then I just moved my right leg over and I was playing like...
We've actually got, if you go check out Instagram, we've got a whole like
series
Instagram
of highlights.
Story about it.
Yeah, go to the highlights section, look for what is it, Trench Town, and then you'll see
it was
the
with the
video
narrow,
when the
with
pedal
the narrow.
breaks. Yes, you'll see when my pedal breaks.
Yeah, dude, that was a fun show, hey? And there was a lot of people there. It was great.
I was worried at the beginning because there was no one there for the first two bands, no one.
But remember, we were all going, sure, it's a Friday. The show is starting at 5:00.
Yeah,
half the people haven't even finished work.
Yeah, so I was worried that it was going to be like a dead show. But then by the time we got on, a lot of the crowd was there, and then Peasant, and then it was packed for the narrow.
The narrow. I mean, geez, they pull there.
Yeah, they pull.
They pull
all the chicks.
Yeah, they pull all the chicks. they're all married,
and they all know only one song.
Oh yeah, lonely Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's. I feel bad for Narrow because they must hate playing that song now because that's the only one people remember from them.
I was told that night, is that a cover?
I thought it was a cover. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard. Maybe it's a reimagined.
I always thought it was a cover because it didn't sound like anything that they did before, But I'm pretty sure it's not a cover. But
yeah, geez, don't quote me. I mean, we're not on record. No, 100%. No. But they put on a hell of a show. I mean, they were great. Because also it's special for me because my first ever show I played for with Ill System was 22nd of September 2017, opening for the Narrow.
Yeah.
So every single time we get an opportunity to play with the Narrow, I always am going like it's like a legacy kind of nostalgia. Fucking always keen to play with those dudes. Plus they pull hard, so there's always going to be a good crowd. But yeah, so that was a cool show, and then all of us, then, did you feel like RAMfest popped up out of nowhere? In terms of like, boom, it's in 2 months.
Yeah, because it was like, RAMfest is so long time away. We can do custom shirts. Oh, we got so much time, and then all of a sudden it's like, fuck, it's this weekend.
No, but remember, it was also Sean's birthday quite close, which means he only got the SPDX.
You got the SPDX like 4 weeks before.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was almost like, okay, well, let's just, do we go big or go home? And we chose to go big, and it paid off.
Yeah, and then we went home.
Yeah, and then we went home. Yeah. Yeah, so I then there's been a lot of shows. Obviously, Peasant killing it, Fallen Prophets killing it. Then there was which brings me to Metal4Africa.
Yeah, I wasn't there. You played.
Yeah. I played. Atlantic South played. Well, Atlantic South not only played, there was a whole thing to our set. So obviously, in 2019, we played our last show, opening up for Attila in Johannesburg. That was just one of the most electric shows I've ever played, but it was also Carl's first show as the vocalist. So then after that show, we didn't have anything on, and then boom, pandemic hit. So we decided, look, pandemic, we don't know how long this is going to be. This was after about, but also we had also hit some sort of like kind of fatigue to a certain point, like you did. When I first had you on episode 9 of Papa G's House.
Stagnation,
Yeah, where you just had, kind of a bit of a stagnant vibe, and you were like, no, I'm retiring. We didn't take it that far, but we didn't announce anything, but we kind of went on like a 3-year hiatus. Brought the vibe back. Alex was working out of town, so we got Damien Rikers on drums. Ex Sabertooth, ex Bottom Feeder, plays in a couple of cover bands around Cape Town, or a cover band.
Yeah.
Rocksteady, that's the name. And so we started jamming and all that kind of jazz. Then comes Metal4Africa. We hadn't released anything, so we rushed to release Waves, our latest single, with a visualizer and all that kind of stuff. Just, we kind of trying to be relevant, So I uploaded that in a bit of a hurry, played M4A, but before the whole M4A build-up, Carl decides, hey, man, I think I got to focus on my family and my business, which is completely fair. And we love Carl. He's still like on the WhatsApp group, so there's no love loss or anything like that.
It's the same thing
we're
with
still
Josh.
homies.
Same thing with Josh on the With Dawn group.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, if Carl wants to leave the WhatsApp group, that's his decision. I'm more than happy for him to stay on for the rest of time.
Yeah.
And then obviously, because Atlantic South, we started with Nathan Dixon on guitar, myself, Alex. We built a good relationship with Carl and all the guys from the Tableview area and all those bands. So when Carl decided to step down, the next logical person to speak to was Joel. And Joel agreed, because he's already played live shows with us before, like filling in and stuff like that, but kind of the right guy for the job. Wrote a brand new song before M4A Get There. But the main thing I just want to shout out Patrick Davidson, shout out Nita and Jacques Olivier and everybody involved putting on that show, because not only did they have to compete with, I think, 5 shows that month. That was our one Daisy show was a week before.
Yeah.
The one we played, right?
Yeah.
And it was even a surprise to me when, because I was having a chat with Pat. He came to our Daisy show and he's like, wow, there's been so many gigs in July. I think we even played a gig earlier that month in July. We played like 3 gigs in a row.
Yeah, we did.
It was a Trenchtown Antlas.
Armchair.
No, Daisy.
Yeah.
And my goodness me, I don't know what June, July, August does for metalheads in Cape Town.
But they all come out in the woodwork,
It was pissing with rain, so they had to make alternative arrangements, no outside DJ, no nothing. I got to Metal4Africa, and the place was heaving.
Yeah, I heard
like
it was
when you're walking inside, and you've got to like blade yourself to walk in between people, because it's just so packed. I could not believe my eyes when I arrived there. I arrived there at a decent time. Our set was at around 9 o'clock, so I arrived around about 7. Place was going off, dude. Merch was flying off the table. Booze was flowing from the bar. And quickly, I might add.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge thing. You go to a bar, you don't want to sit there and wait. The bar was operating at full steam ahead. Everybody was getting their drinks.
Was it the same place in Brackenfell?
Say again?
It was the same venue
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to be called Metronome. Now it's called Tiki Dry.
Yeah.
Langarm Dance.
Yes.
It's got that like whole checkerboard, chessboard, like dance floor for the Langarm folk. But dude, all in all, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I think the weather, the weather being so bad made the evening better, because everybody was forced to stay inside. And it was the best M4A I've been to.
That's good, because the one that we played was not too bad, I must say.
Okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about M4A being packed.
Yeah.
It was just everybody in good spirits, Like, there was no frustration with anything. It was just smooth as hell. From everything from load in to load onto the stage.
Who was all in the bill? It was you guys?
So what I really wanted to talk about is there's such a rad crop of new bands coming through.
Yeah.
Prodigal was one of them.
Yeah.
Very, very entertaining performance. We've actually reached out to them to come and play a show with us, hopefully soon. Great band. I don't know where they're from. I think they're like from Stellies or something.
Yeah.
we actually quite liked the release that they put out just before. I can't remember like when it was released or whatever. It was really good. So we actually wanted to like get there to check them out.
Yeah.
So they were great. Pereira is another new like death metal band on the scene, also great, put on great performances. Dead Man Risen, which is a PE based band that Patrick Davidson is now the guitarist for. He played. It was kind of like anonymous, and he had like, they were wearing like outfits and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Very entertaining performance, especially once I found out that it was also Pat on guitar. I was like, what? Yeah, and then I can't remember who else was on the bill. There was us. Thread of Omen played their last show ever. 10 years in, decided to call it a day. I still call their bluff. I want to see them back. Yeah, no, definitely. They're a band that has to come back. I mean, all of them are active musicians, essentially. So if you're active, why can't you be active with? I don't know. I'm just
maybe they also have
and
a family and
all the guys listening. It's just because I love the band and I think they're all great guys. I'm just taking the piss, because one thing that you said to me is you said that I need to stop when I make a joke. Stop saying I'm joking.
Jokes.
Have you noticed that I haven't done that once?
Today?
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't said that today yet.
I'm trying not to, bro. So in the spirit of things, I wish Thread of Omen and all the members well, but I do want to see them back.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
What? Really?
I might have.
Jeez, we've played so many shows with them. They were always so much fun, dude.
I might have shared the stage with them before, but honestly, can't remember shit.
Shit, really, eh?
No.
Really talented bunch of dudes. Some member changes through the years, just like every band goes through. Like Atlantic South, for instance, I'm the only remaining original member left.
Really?
Same.
Wow.
Yeah. So, things change. It depends on if you want to go with the same group or you want to keep on tracking with new people. That's like a decision that people need to make.
You could actually argue that Sean isn't even an original member.
Why? Well, you're going to love this. You're going to love this.
Because I think he was telling us this story that
was there an original vocalist?
There was. He was brought on to play drums.
Yeah.
And then they had someone singing for them, and then he was like, okay, I'll sing. And then they got Jason, forget his name, great guy, to play drums, and then it was Ramon.
Okay.
But since then, Sean is the one that stayed. So I don't know if they changed to Ill System before or after he joined.
Yeah.
That might be the gray area. I'm not too sure. But as far as I know, I don't think Ill System has an original member.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
we could call him and find out.
Yeah. Oh, and then Abaddon. Abaddon was the other, like, they've been around for a while. They always put on a good show. Abaddon actually brought one of the guitarists stepped down, and Valdi has now joined the band. Valdi Van Hunks.
Where have I been? I've never heard of that band before.
So it was Atlantic South, Abaddon, Chaos Doctrine, always doing their thing from Joburg. They've been around for a good minute. We interviewed them during the pandemic. What was that? Father Grigori was the video that we featured.
It's amazing to remember.
Yeah, Terror Rays, Prodigal. Everybody must check out Prodigal. And they need to play some more shows for sure, 100%. We got a show coming up with Terror Rays, so I can't say that with them. We're already booked.
Okay.
But Metal4Africa, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. One of the best Metal4Africas I've been to.
Okay, for my baseline, what would you give the M4A that we played?
They're all good, dude, but like, I don't know, maybe it's recency bias.
Yeah.
That show was just as good, but I even remember I had some like on stage difficulties. My monitoring wasn't that great, but just I completely ignored all of that, and I just looked at what was in front of me, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And every show is gonna have that thing. But I'm just trying to think. We played last or second last at
Played
that
second last year. Which I was quite surprised by, but it worked quite well, I think.
Put it this way. Sean and I were discussing after RAMfest that we've never really had a bad heel system show. We always managed to make it work and work through any sort of difficulties we may encounter.
Funny that we have not had a seamless show.
We haven't had a seamless show, but I don't think there ever will be a seamless show.
Well, I guess so. But there was always something.
But isn't that what makes it a show?
Well, it just makes it,
Would you rather just play to a click?
No, the show...
Which we do anyway, but...
It's hard for me to try and grasp what I'm trying to get at, because I'm trying to figure out at the same time myself.
I've got all night.
But it's like, you get shows where obviously you have difficult technicalities.
Yeah.
And how you overcome it kind of, shows how professional you are in that way. I think we handled that as professional as possible.
Yeah.
Which was always good. But we've always had something happening. Like
there's always so much going on there.
Yeah, and RAMfest was getting really close to a seamless show. And then we were having sample issues.
No. You only see it from drummer's perspective, bro.
Well, that's only
first song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your guitar was cutting out.
Wait, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going into our RAMfest recap. Metal4Africa, 10 out of 10.
Awesome.
Really enjoyed it. You must come to the next one. Obviously, I'm going to go to everyone going forward, whether I play it or not.
Well, I want to support Patrick as much as I can.
I mean, they did such a great job. Like, no bad things to say. There's three things I worry about: ease, being able to get my stuff on stage and off stage as quickly as possible, and getting it backstage, being able to get drinks quickly. And, just the technical stuff, being able to have good monitoring and all that.
That's 4.
So that's 4. 3. Well, 4 is just the 10 out of 10. Anyway.
Good.
So we move on. We move on to
well done,
RAMfest.
Patrick.
RAMfest took place on the 2nd of was it the 1st or the 2nd of September?
You're asking me. I wasn't even there. Oh, RAMfest. That was the 1st.
Was the 1st of September.
Yeah,
okay.
The 2nd of September was in Joburg, and I always thought that we were playing on the 2nd because 2nd was a Saturday, but we played on the Fridays, which was the 1st.
Yeah, I mean, I had some weird, like, just thinking back, all I could think about was my gran.
Mm-hmm.
My gran sadly passed away about 2 weeks before RAMfest.
Oh, shit,
and her birthday is the 2nd of September.
You didn't tell me. Sorry, man.
I didn't tell anyone.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I didn't tell anybody. I went to go see her and all that kind of stuff before. But it was a weird one. It was like, I didn't want to tell anybody, because I mean, when you go through, you don't know what to do in those kind of situations. So anyway, so I went there. It's not even going there. It's the getting picked up from you when you came to my house.
Yes.
The nerves were already there, dude. Dude. I mean, you know how I am before shows. I get a little bit like...
Yeah, I don't get
a little bit crazy.
I don't get any nerves.
Yeah, I know. And I just get a little bit wonky and I don't want to have too much to eat. Anyway, we get there. Then the traffic.
Yeah.
We have a bit of traffic getting into Stellenbosch.
That was fun.
And then we had to do a U-turn because we were going the wrong way.
Which ended up being that we were going the right way, but we were actually going the wrong way.
Yes, but which means we encountered more traffic.
Yes.
Which added to some stress.
For you.
For me. Because I just, my thing is when I'm there, like, my mom says I'm a Libran. And Librans are like, if you want something, you want it now.
Yeah.
And I want to get there, because I know I just want to acclimate.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we get there. Then they tell us it's not the artist parking. So we're like, fuck, how far do we have to carry this gear? So
luckily,
in my mind, I was doing my head in.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't that far.
I kept my cool though.
I noticed.
I'm not a diva.
No.
But I was going, oh my God, I'm going to have a bad back by the time I play this show.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the thing I do worry about because I've got a bad back.
Yeah, hurting yourself. Yeah, me
so
too.
I'm like, fuck, how far do I got to carry this? Luckily, it wasn't that far. We walked through the second stage, the M4A stage, which was massive.
Yeah.
You walk into that place and it's like, that's a show on its own.
It was.
It was huge.
And it was always full as well.
Always full, right to the back.
Yeah. Well done, Patrick, again.
Yes, well done. Well done. So that was the first thing. Get in there and you see the second stage is as big as it is. Mm-hmm. You walk out and you're like, oh, fuck, how big is the
main
big stage? Anyway, be that as it may, it's not much bigger. It's just outside.
Yeah.
So walk there, packing all the gear to the left and to the right and to the center and getting a little bit finicky there.
Shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moved my stuff 3 times before even started unpacking my stuff.
30 centimeters left or 30 centimeters backwards. That I felt was a little unnecessary. But anyway, moving on from that is then I saw the stage. I was like, holy shit. Then I didn't know what to do as well. So we saw Mike.
Yeah.
Sean wasn't there yet. I bumped into the Fallen Prophets guys. Said how's it to them.
Yeah.
The drummer from Doom Trigger, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He was walking out with, he's already bought like 1,000 of those RAMfest cups.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? I was like, what? Are we getting into the jaw already? Anyway, so I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do. So I go to the bar. I'm like, what beers or what ciders do you have? And I was like, and they were like, well, we've got Flying Fish and we've got any beer you want. So I said, fuck it, give me a Flying Fish and a tequila. Smashed the tequila. Kenny bought me the beer. Kenny from Doom Trigger. He's like, oh, yes, bro, you look nervous. You can, well, I don't know. I can't remember the exchange, but he ended up buying me the beer. I bought the tequila. So I'm there chilling. Then I'm going on Set for the Sky or sound checking. And I go up to Tim and I'm like, where's the 4x12 cab? So I'm thinking, I've got my head, but there's no cab.
Yeah.
But anyway, the cab was there. It just wasn't there yet on stage. Then I managed to calm down, blah, blah, blah. And then the whole thing started. We Kill Cowboys killed it. The Beach Boys started playing inside, killed it. And then just all of a sudden you start feeling this like festival spirit.
Yeah, because we played right after
We Kill Cowboys. Yeah. But like just seeing them, I was watching Jono Tate from the back.
Yeah.
And then I walked around the front to see how it looked from the front. And then did like a middle vibe to see how it sounded. And I was like, whoa, dude. I can't believe I'm about to play here.
Yeah.
Which was not the greatest thing I did. Because I got on stage, we set up. I've never set up in such quick time. Because remember, the organizer came to us and said, you need to cut your set by 4.5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's just, no small talk. Let's just keep the same set and go straight through. And I shat myself. I literally shat myself. The first song,
interesting.
My right hand didn't work.
Oh, really?
Nah. Any gallops, because remember, it was a cold breeze as well going through, so it was hard to get warm.
Yeah.
Anyway, first song, Liars. It's the most difficult song for me to play in guitar and eel system because I'm changing patches left, right, and center, and then doing this, and then it's heavy, and then I'm doing a flippant intro to a breakdown, and it's the most stressful song. It happens to be first, but my best experience to date.
It's interesting to see that perspective because I forget what it's like to play on a stage that big for the first time.
Fuck me, dude. I was beside myself.
Yeah.
So it's the biggest stage I've ever played, probably the biggest stage I ever will play.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, if you look at the sheer size of it, you don't get festival stages much bigger than that.
I thought that many years ago, but I've played on quite a few. I mean, they prop up. You got to think of it like now that you've, and I'm not saying this because of eel system is good and whatever, even though we objectively are, but it's now you've
That's
hit
coming
that
from him.
you've hit that
Yeah.
next level of where you are in your music world.
Yeah.
Now you've hit that stage. It's
Yeah.
like playing. It's like fighting a main boss.
Yeah.
You know, like you'll get
It's-
you struggle to get to that first
Yeah.
boss, and then when you get to the second boss, it doesn't take as long to get to the second one because the challenges have become a bit more easier to deal with.
Right.
So it will happen again. You just don't know when. That's
Sure.
the only thing you can say.
Sure.
But now that you've broken your big outdoor stage cherry, you
Did I
can
just-
look
did I-
forward to
did
it
I
happening
just
again.
Snap the hammy.
You snap the hammy, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So now you can look forward to another one happening. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what I did
absolutely.
for
Look,
me.
look. I definitely hope and pray and feel like we will hopefully be blessed to play something like that again.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
But
it's always rad.
I cherished every moment. I think everybody who came up to me, like, I can't even remember the conversation. Nothing. I was just like on cloud fucking nine, and I was partying like a rock star afterwards.
That's so weird because I was exactly like I was right before playing. I was the same afterwards.
Well, you and I sat watching Face in the Gallows. You were scoffing your face with bratwurst and shit like that while I was trying to find how many fucking flying fishes I could fit down in 30 seconds.
Yeah. I think I had 2 bratwurst things in like
They
20
smelled so
minutes.
good, bro. I'll tell you, you know, you wake up in the morning, you're like, yes, that bratwurst or whatever the fuck you were eating, I wanted it in the morning because that smell, I just like, wow, that smells so good.
Yeah,
You know those
I'm a
Frankfurt-
sucker for
Frankfurt-
sausages.
Pause. But anyway, wrapping up RAMfest, another 10 out of 10. The weather held up. The ground was pretty sludgy, but still manageable. The distance between the 2 stages was ideal. The ablutions and everything were clean. It was easy to get a drink. The merch table was massive.
Yep.
There were plenty food places.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
No, it was a
10
good
out
night.
of 10.
It
And
was a
that
good
festival
night.
spirit. You didn't see a single person in a bad mood.
No.
You know?
No.
Not
it
even
was-
the
it was
musicians.
good.
And you know, musicians are the worst because they're watching fellow musicians and they're just deadpan.
Yeah.
Watching the fellow musicians. I didn't even see that once.
I was the deadpan one there.
Yeah, but we'll
I was
forgive
just
you.
watching the ocean. I was interested to see the ocean because I know Kevin is a huge fan of the ocean, but they got like a Cult of Luna and Neurosis vibes about them. So, and I heard that, and I was like, I want to check them out, and I really liked the ocean.
Nice.
So that was something. I mean, I ended up adding it to
Why
my
wasn't
Apple
Kevin
Music.
there?
I don't know. I think he had prior engagements,
Oh,
or
okay.
I don't know. He couldn't get there. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. But he
Speaking of
couldn't make
Kevin,
it. Yes,
RAMfest 10 out of 10.
yes,
10 out of 10.
yes.
Can't wait to do it again. If we get the opportunity and all that kind of jazz. No doubt they'll come back next year.
Hopefully,
Nah, bro, they got to come back next year.
they have to. I mean, they have to, and I hope they speak to us again.
Yeah. Speaking of
selfish
Kevin, how
reasons.
was a tribute for all? They were meant to play a while ago.
At
It fell
Woodstock
through.
Brewery, yeah.
Yeah, it fell
Yeah,
through.
It fell through.
And after all this time, they've managed to play Daisy Jones of all venues,
Yeah.
which is we can say a premier venue.
yeah, I mean, it's like an indoor-outdoor venue.
Yeah,
The way I would say that. I mean, it's in a giant old wine barn kind of thing.
so sick.
But
At Summer
yeah,
Hill Wine Estate in Stellenbosch.
I think that it was about half packed, but almost everyone there had a Metallica T-shirt on. There was always those few guys that you get in the front just watching Neil playing the guitar
Yeah.
to see if he gets every note right, and they were all super stoked about it.
Nice.
But yeah, they played for
2.5 hours?
2.5 hours almost. Yeah,
That's awesome.
they played one set. The first set was about 50 minutes, which was like a mix of
And then the
hits.
second, they did the whole Black Album.
Yeah, in reverse order.
Oh wow!
So
okay.
they started
ended
from
with Enter Sandman.
Struggle Within all the way to Enter Shite Man.
So the second last song they played was Sad But True.
Yeah.
Ah, glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious. Yo,
was cool.
no, that sounds great. And then I saw you did some very amateur camera work
I did do some amateur camera work.
with Dane. I miss Dane. Dane's such a personality. He's such a lucky guy. Congratulations on your engagement, Dane.
Yes.
We saw that today on
He's
online.
signing his life away.
Hey, man.
Nice
some
one.
people do it. Some people do it.
Make sure she signs that paper, dude.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
Protect
Alright,
yourself. Kevin actually asked me to film them playing of Wolf and Man. So Jonathan and myself went there. I set up a camera upstairs by the desk, set up a GoPro by Dane, and then I was on the stage getting on stage footage, and Jonathan was in the front getting front of the crowd, front of the stage footage. Sick. So I've got to edit that stuff together. Hopefully I can get the recorded audio from the desk soon. So that's why I had the camera, and then they played 2 more songs at the end. And I sat and I was doing sidecar with Dane. So I was sitting on his monitor, which wasn't actually monitor because he had his in-ear. So I was sitting next to him while he's playing the song and filming him, and we were just having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was rad. Like catching his cymbal when he needed to catch his cymbal.
Yeah. That's so cool.
That kind of stuff.
Drummers, you and Dane specifically have a good relationship.
Yeah. No, Dane is great. I mean, he did come to me after the break, and he goes like, "Dude, I need your advice. There's like the one song I'm struggling with the kick drum because like he hasn't played like heavy stuff what is his band again?
Dream Demon?
No.
Betraying the Emissary?
No.
Megalodon?
He said he hasn't played stuff like Megalodon for a long time, so he's losing his heavy chops.
Okay.
So he's like, for some reason, I just can't do this triplet on the kick drum for this song. So I was like, dude, I get the same thing. Don't even attempt it because you're going to bum yourself out. But he tried to attempt it, and I saw him do it, and he got it wrong, but he was just like...
And this is a Lars beat, eh?
Yeah, it's a Lars beat.
Okay, and Lars gets a lot of hate.
But it was just like a little piece, because it's something that he did that I'm pretty sure he didn't calculate. He just did it because he could.
Jeez.
So it's like...
So you'd see him walk on water, you'd still argue he couldn't swim.
Yeah. I mean, it's like... I'm not going to... It's like playing with Dawn songs. And I'm not saying Josh is a shit drummer because he's actually really good. Josh is actually a really good drummer. But what he does, he plays from the hip.
Yeah.
He plays what he comes into his ears. So when you have to play the stuff that he's played, it's hard. It's really hard, man. Because like I hear some stuff, it's like, how the fuck did he do that? Because like he's just doing it from like inside. And that's what Lars did. He did stuff like that from the inside of these little tiny pieces. And then all of a sudden you try and play it and you find it really tricky. So I try to tell Dane, just like, dude, if you think you're going to struggle with it, don't do it. Oh, Joshy. We're calling Joshy now.
We got to call Josh. Everybody.
Record your screen. Record your screen.
I don't know if I can.
Yes, you do. Right from the top right, swipe down. And then record.
Shit.
Oh, you haven't set up your thing yet.
I have. There it is. Look, it's recording. He's not... Naturally won't answer like an asshole.
Of course, no, he won't answer.
Naturally, he won't answer. What a dick.
Ah, what a chop. Anyway,
I'll tell you what. Answer your goddamn phone. We're on live on a podcast and we're talking about you playing from the hip. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah. So like the stuff that Josh does, I mean, and like when you listen to the with Dawn recordings, it's like sample drums, but he's playing it, right?
Yeah.
And like you'd think they're programmed because they're quite on it.
Yeah.
It's all Joshy. It's all Josh. And
yeah,
like,
I mean, he came, like, there are, anytime now,
yes,
some seriously nice drum beats
in
there.
Yeah.
Grooves, let's say.
Yeah, but he plays that from, like, a natural spot.
Yeah.
100%. And then when you have to try and play that from, like, as someone else completely, who thinks differently, it's fucking difficult.
It's hard to emulate someone's style.
Yeah, so that's that little, tiny little thing that sometimes happens with Lars. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But Dane was having a little bit of an issue with it.
No, for sure.
So like I said, like, dude, if you're gonna struggle with it, just don't attempt it. But he attempted
shout out
it.
Dane.
But Dane did well. He did really good. But yeah, I've still got to edit that video together and see what it looks like. But it should be good. But it was a cool night. Fuck, it went long, man. And they had to finish at 11 p.m. because of noise complaints now. Daisy Judge is getting noise complaints from the neighbors across the valley.
Listen, it sucks that they're getting noise complaints, but I kind of like the fact that they would start their gigs a little earlier, especially on a Saturday.
But also the thing I noticed, they turned the volume down. They turned the volume down in the venue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you actually hear more snare from the stage than from the PA. Which was kind of a bit disappointing for me. And I think that's because they had to drop it down a certain dB.
Yeah, sure. I mean, at least at a certain point. Was it the whole time?
The whole time.
Okay. But, I mean, did you not maybe go, hey, man, did you want to crank the snare a little bit more?
That's not my job to do.
Okay.
I mean, I've done that so many times, going up to the sound engineer and say, can you lift this, lift that? But if it's not my show, it's not for me to say.
Yeah, true.
You know, the guy's doing something there and you trust him to do the job. And if he's bad or good, leave it.
Yeah, no, okay, I get it.
Best way for someone to realize that they've done a shit job is for them to realize themselves instead of having some douche nozzle telling them.
You are the douche nozzle.
Yeah, so you just leave them, let them be, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. Are there any bands that you've seen of late that you're like keen on and checking out?
No. The short answer is no.
So it's still Mr. Bungle and still Faith No More?
Well, I mean, I've dived deep into Don Broco again. I wasn't listening too much to them for
Love me some Don Broco.
But there is a local band that I want to check out.
Come to LA.
Yeah. There's one local band I want to check out is Tough Guy.
Okay.
The reason why I know of Tough Guy is when I was selling one of my cymbals, the drummer bought one of my cymbals. And he needed it for that gig because obviously he had a cymbal issue. So I'm following them on Instagram and I'm checking them out. And they are like, I don't want to say they're like doom, but they're like sludgy, kind of like Caius, like, which was before Queens of the Stone Age. So it's like that kind of sludgy alternative kind of sound. And from what I've seen on Instagram, they sound really cool. They've been playing a couple of cool shows. I actually want to go check them out one day. I actually want them to play with us.
Name?
Tough Guy.
Tough Guy.
Tough Guy.
Sweet. I'll check it out. Like
yeah.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah. They seem pretty cool. I haven't seen them play anywhere live, but from the stuff I've seen on Instagram, they do their social media quite well as well.
We got to shout out a couple people. Do you remember those two? There's two people who come to to the majority of our shows. They've just started their own band. I don't know if you remember. I think her name's Renee, and there's France. Renee and France.
And
they usually came to the Ankla shows and the Stellenbosch shows.
Okay, yeah, I think I know you're talking about.
Yeah. They've just started their own band.
Okay.
Called Tissindi Lane.
Between the lines.
Yeah. Check them out because they're super, super rad people.
Are they in Stellenbosch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the last time. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's really tall.
Yeah.
She's kind of tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a winemaker and he plays bass. So check them out. And then also another one is my good friend Siapia, who used to play for Siapia. He used to play for Hope is for Heroes.
Yeah.
I connected him with Brett Allen White and all those guys, Scott Miller, and another guy who I met previously, Marku. I can't remember what the bass player's name, but they've just started a hardcore band called The Talon. So go follow The Talon.
Okay.
I think it's The Talon HC on Instagram. They're going to be playing their first show coming up. I don't know. I think it was the 27th of November or something, or October. Can't remember. But check them out. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what's lots of shit going on in Formula One. I know you're a Formula One fan.
Is that
This
Josh?
is Josh.
Okay. What is okay?
Let's see what he says first. Ah, fuck him.
What does he say?
No. I don't give a shit. Okay, let's see if we get a little... Oh.
Record your screen again.
Just a little pop in for Mr. Grady. There he is. Just hold on a sec. Just hold on.
Swipe up now. Swipe up now.
There we go. I'm swiping up. There's Arthur Carlos.
Is it recording though?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hey, dude.
How's it going?
All right, and yourself, buddy? We were chatting about you earlier because we were talking about the Metallica tribute that Kevin was playing, right?
Yeah.
And Dane was speaking to me halfway through, saying that there's a part that Lars plays in a song that he's gonna that he struggles with, and he's asking me what he should do. And it was just like a little bit, and I was trying to tell G that it's because of his idiosyncrasies that it makes it difficult for anyone else to play, right? So what I was saying was that's exactly what I have to deal with you with Dawn stuff, because the stuff that you play is so fucking rad and spot on, but you play from the hip and it makes my life a living hell.
You play from the hip, bro. What does that mean?
Play from the hip.
Play from the hip? What does that mean?
Yeah, the hips don't lie.
No, you know what it is, eh? Look, surely you got to put your own spin on it, eh? If I had to play what you're playing now with Dawn, I probably wouldn't be able to play it.
Yeah, I know, but there's like some bits there that is just so cool that I have to keep it in there. And it's not easy.
Fair enough. No.
Like
Okay.
in the storm, you do this like this thing in that middle breakdown, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
After the snare and the kick, I'm like, how did he do that? How did he do that? And I have to try and figure out how to do that because it's so cool. I don't want to lose it.
Have you tried playing the Storm yet?
No, we're gonna be pretty soon because I put that in the set for the next gig we're playing in Halloween.
I saw it. It's a 10-minute classic game.
Yeah, I know.
10 minutes.
I kind of made a mistake.
10-minute classic, that one.
Oh, man.
Yo, that was one of my favorite fucking songs to play live, that one.
But honestly, though, dude, on your end, when you came up with all this drum stuff, you didn't analyze or break it down. You just play what you heard.
I play what I heard. I always just followed Kev. You know, it always changed when it got to the vocals, because then I started following his vocal pattern quite a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was jamming in the room. I like to follow the riffs. You know what I mean? So my pattern would follow the riffs, especially with my feet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what makes it difficult because those riffs don't make logical sense, but you were able to do it.
Like this one. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, look, that was also a lot of Mike. Obviously, when Mike came into that bit, I followed a lot of it. But also, I don't know if Kev still plays exactly the same as what he played, 6 years ago.
No, he does. No, he still plays it.
He's also played the track, so I don't know if he's kept it exact to what he used to do.
No, he plays it the same. The dick. He plays it the same.
I'd hope he would. Oh, man. The Storm was one of my favorite songs to play.
The Storm, really?
I love that song. I don't know if everyone else enjoyed listening to it for 10 minutes, but I fucking love playing it.
Well, I had to put the set list for the next show, 5 songs. It's The Storm, Into the Night, Into Syntheria, Into Destiny, into, what's the other one?
Just let these two have a conversation.
Just something or other. What? Shit, what's the name of the fucking song again?
You see, now the Nights, that was the one that you wrote, eh? Or was that the one that Damien wrote?
I think that's the one that Damien wrote.
Yeah, I
Diminished.
don't think I did no, I think we started the night.
Diminished is the one with Mike's sick bass intro, right?
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's my
dun.
favorite one.
Yeah, that's a sick song.
Diminished is my favorite
Are you
one.
not thinking of Diminished, maybe? I think Diminished is the one where Mike starts.
Yes, Diminished. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I love Diminished.
That one was tough to write, that one.
Yeah.
I still think Garrett could get on stage for any time now and play the bass line for that one, but he won't do it.
No, I play that from off stage. I just do the right hand stuff.
You can just do the tapping.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I need. Slapping, not tapping. I slapped that shit.
Sorry, slapping.
Yeah.
You slapped that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, bro, I just thought it would be
Yeah,
fun
listen,
to
man.
get you on the first episode. We're gonna get you back for your
Yeah.
full only you episode. So thanks for joining the
Let's do
first
it.
one back, bro.
Watch the space.
I'll
I'll be on
yeah,
sooner or later.
doggy, that's how we're doing. I'm gonna tell the audience what we got planned. So
Okay,
I'll
enough.
chat to you later.
Enough blowing smoke up
Sweet
his
brother.
ass.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm stoked.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Play
love
from
you
the
guys.
hip, bro. Play
See
from
you,
the
mate.
hip, eh?
Play from the hip. Play from the hip.
Cheers, dude.
Sick, bro.
There we go. A little pop in from Josh Grady.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt anybody. Yeah. Anyway,
I've always had that issue of following other drummers in bands that had such unique styles that it makes it so
for
difficult.
sure. I mean, Josh has that unique style, bro. He's one of one. One
Definitely.
of one. And you know what? If you can be one of one, get out there, do it. If you dream big, you can do it. That's what I've been telling myself every day.
Oh, good.
You know, just trying to keep myself motivated.
Good.
Like we were supposed to get together for a writing session and a creative session for the band, but we recorded a podcast instead.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell Sean.
Now,
What?
to close off the whole thing,
What's up?
tell me your air conditioner story. And then I'm going to read you something that I saw, which is
Okay.
fucking
No,
hilarious.
so basically last year, all of a sudden, my car started blowing hot air.
Mm-hmm.
Went in, they said the air conditioning pump is bust. Didn't want to deal with it at the time. It was actually when Josh was down.
Mm-hmm.
I said, bugger it, I'll deal with the rest of summer, go through winter, and then when summer hits, I'll tackle it again. Went today, everything seemed fine. He's like, just wait, no, we'll regas the thing within 15 minutes. Boom. He said, sorry, there's something wrong here. I was like, fuck. So he goes, your pump is disconnected. Is there a reason why that may be? So I said, no, I have no idea. Long story short is that I knew exactly. I was just looking for a second opinion to tell me exactly the same thing. I'm there lying to that dude's face straight. I felt so bad.
Okay.
And I was just like, no, there's no reason. No reason. I just wanted to be 100% sure that was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. And now I feel bad for lying to them. So I'm probably going to phone them tomorrow and say I lied to you. Or do you think I should not do that?
Did you pay them for the compressor?
Yes, I did.
Did they pay for the do you pay for the labor?
Yes.
Leave it.
Okay. Because, like, I felt bad. I was like, dude. Because I went back twice to the same place. And they said, oh, no, we can't. We got to send your pump away. Anyway, I got the quote today. 16 grand. There's no ways that's happening. So I don't know what's next. Have no idea what's next. Anyway, I'd like to, I feel bad now for telling that story at the end, but it is what it is. But I was like, I just wanted to make 100% sure. I don't want to be like, you know when you go to a place and you go, oh yeah, but the previous guy told me this and that, and they just tell you the same thing, and you feel like, maybe if I didn't warn them, would they have told me that?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that,
Mm.
and it made me feel terrible. Am I a bad person?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Is what it is.
It is what it is.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this episode or this edition of Papa Jesus. What you can expect going forward. Obviously, this is the first episode back. If you've stayed until this point of the podcast, thank you so much. For the people who have subscribed previously, thank you so much for listening. And if you're back again, I thank you. For new listeners, essentially it's too late now to say I'm your host, Gareth, and this is Papa Jesus. We talk about music and all things weird and wonderful. But what you can expect going forward is I'm going to be doing reactions to new music. And you can send me anything via email at papaghouse.co.za
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com. So Papa G House, no S, papaghouse at gmail.com. Any requests or suggestions you want me to react to, I'm going to be doing the green screen vibe in the office area, putting out videos. I'm going to be doing reactions and previews to UFC events. I'm going to be doing Zoom interviews. I've got a couple of interviews lined up. I wanted to do an in-person kind of shoot the shit thing before we kicked into that zone again. So look out for a couple of very cool interviews, very cool people that I'm going to be speaking to. And this isn't music. It isn't just sport. It's everything. It's everything that I'm interested in. Just for instance, like the other day, myself and Kevin are going back and forth because now I am dedicated and I'm invested in the NFL. So now Kevin's my go-to guy with the NFL.
Really?
I've been an NBA fan for years. I still don't have a dedicated NBA guy. Well, I do. He's just in New Zealand and the time difference is impossible.
Yeah.
Shout out Duncan. So I'm going to get Kevin on. He's going to teach me the ins and outs. What is a pick six? What is a fourth down? I mean, I know what all that stuff is, but to educate everybody, to follow along with us, because I think it's going to be a fun experience. So I'm going to be covering sport. I'm going to be covering music. It's going to be a fun experience. I'm going to have this guy on all the time. Good old Jared Ronenberg, who's been on multiple episodes. Charles Knight and Pullen. These guys are going to be revolving on this couch, and I look forward to the journey. Papa Jesus 2.0 is in full effect. And thank you to my guest, Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III, also known as the Hulk. He'll be flipping drum kits near you. This is Papa Jesus. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next upload. Peace.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I want to go to Papa Jesus.
Yeah, that's where we go. So there's this job opening, and the key responsibilities they expect from the person is writing, reviewing, filming, photographing, designing, editing, and updating content for company websites, blogs, social media, marketing materials, and similar platforms. Product photography, which meets international standards and company guidelines. Using social media tools and scheduling to engage consumers and to promote company initiatives and product. Excellent time management skills, strong ability for planning and scheduling content. Ability to work alone and with company designated stakeholders, as well as managing external service providers. Collaborating with internal departments to establish campaign objectives, complete tasks, and identify and solve problems. Monitoring social media and company website metrics and adopting strategy to increase results. Utilizing SEO methods within content metadata to increase site traffic and Google ranking, etc. Suggesting new ways to promote company offerings and to reach consumers. Safekeeping and maintenance of company assets, including but not limited to cameras and related equipments, laptops, infrastructure, and related paraphernalia. Ensure compliance with company policies and regulations. That is for one person. And it's for a digital content creator.
Oh, she.
And I'm going to call it out. The company's called Story. They do. They look like they're online commerce shop kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they sell branded clothing like Stussy and Supreme and all that stuff. Story, you can go fuck yourself.
Are they local? We can't be just damning local businesses.
I don't care. If a company wants one person to do all of the positions in a company, they can go suck a fuck.
Suck a fuck.